I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, when I hit that.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And his first pass is incomplete. Isaiah Hodgins was his intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Let's take it at around the 40. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
He's going to get this one down to Cook from the 47. It's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. That'll be complete to Cook. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Three yards to go on second down, and they've got three tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He was brought.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
First down, here's the run with Cook. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 22 carries, 88 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and then hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And it's caught. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing,
they will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10. And their own 23-yard.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Darnold now to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bills.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. After the interception, here's Darnold. His throw incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Harrison Smith on the coverage.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Again, Darnold. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing again is Darnold. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll make it 3rd down. Darnold to throw again. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And again, it's Ingram. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Ingram. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Vikings 7, Bills 0. Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 25-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Bills 3.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his his name in the stat sheet. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Darnold.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Ingram. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Darnold from the gun. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll run here with Ingram, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That really sets them back, a loss of 6.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now Darnold, and he's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and...
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense. Well, all right, just call the call. We're going to play it. Come on now.
So that penalty will back them up half the distance to the goal line. Cook following the penalty. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
On the tackle. A 2-yard gain.
Now a run with Cook. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
He was brought
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Setting up the screen for Cook. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold finding Knox there, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. To the air again, Darnold. They will find Davis. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Traquan Smith, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Le'Veon Bell, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a first and 10. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They run it again with Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up
third down, Dalvin Cook. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands, first and 10. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 40.
Here's Darnold. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21.
It's a gain of 20.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
On first down, it's Darnold. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Ingram. A gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. That's complete to Davis. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Oh, boy, hang tight here. Down on the field, Juju Smith-Schuster. And everybody on that sideline holding their breath. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Bills 9. Vikings 7.
All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
24-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Again, it's Cook.
At the Bills' 36.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. From the gun, it's Tua. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That'll be complete to Cook. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Madison.
24-yard line. Alexander Madison, the ball carrier.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3rd and
they'll run it. Here's Cook. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And the lead is up to 5. Pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Bailey now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That catch good for only a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Darnold's pass.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a third down.
6. And it's third down.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. First down, here's the run with Cook. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle to Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The
tackle by A.J. Epinesa.
No gain on the play. Brings up
on second down, Tua.
At the 46.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. On the ground, it's Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be out of bounds at the 1 here. The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
A first down throw, Darnold. He'll get this one complete to Davis. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On the pickup. It's second and inches.
Darnold from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up on the play over Anthony Barr. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
The line of scrimmage.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball at the 23, second and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They're quickly to field here. And the ball is knocked out. This is picked up by the Bills. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that would be considered a fumble.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And the Vikings are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. B.C. Johnson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
An extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Nelson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bills going to take over again on offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. This one caught by Davis. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Well, this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
A gain of
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Again, Darnold. They will find Davis. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a
gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Darnold completes it, and they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
The Bills on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
Darnold's pass.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook, and he is not going to get the 1st down as they'll spot this at about the 28. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
At their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. Come on, you serious?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And the connection not there. Incomplete. Just 14 seconds down to the final couple of plays here. Finding Knox there, complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 3rd and 2, Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And that should just about do it. They'll return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
So you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Well, they got the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this